Hi, I'm Dana. Welcome to this week's video. Let's talk about the word normal for a minute. I see a lot of comments on Facebook saying, this is normal, that's normal, it's normal for babies to get up 4 times a night, it's normal for 2-year-olds to get up in the night, this is normal, this isn't normal. So let's just talk a little bit about what actually is normal, okay? Now, it is, and I will agree with everyone out there, totally and perfectly normal to have naturally occurring wake-ups in the night. That's a fact. We all do. Babies, adults, senior citizens, it doesn't matter who we're talking about here, you have a naturally occurring wake-up somewhere in the night. On average, people have 2 to 5 naturally occurring wake-ups through an 8-hour stretch or whatever, how many hours you spend in bed, you're going to have some wake-ups there. Now, a good night means that you don't remember them, right? They were so quick and so brief that you just came to the surface of sleep and then you went right back into another cycle. Those are great nights. Worst nights are when you have a naturally occurring wake-up and it signals you to do something else. Get up and go to the bathroom, have a drink of water, lay there for an hour and worry about work, whatever it is. Those are the worst nights, right? So children are going to have them too. Babies are going to have them too. So that, I am in agreement with everyone, is normal. What's not normal though is needing a bunch of external assistance to get back to sleep. Now, I'm not talking about feedings if we're talking about newborns or even 3, 4, 5-month-olds. You'll know, is your baby using the feed for a sleep prop or is she actually needing food? A good way to answer that question is to look at bedtime. Does she fall asleep independently at bedtime? Yes or no? It's that simple. If she does, great. Then maybe she does actually need a feed in the night. Maybe she's not quite ready yet. If the answer is no, then that's the place you need to start working on, because if she's relying on you to get her to sleep with food, then she's going to, at those naturally occurring wake-ups in the night, at some point she's going to realize, that breast is no longer in my mouth, or that bottle is no longer in my mouth. That's how I get to sleep. So please come back in and recreate everything that got me to sleep in the first place so that I can go back to sleep. Thank you very much, right? So that's what you need to really look at. What does your baby need when they wake up? Maybe they do legitimately need a feed, but I would encourage you to evaluate that from all angles. Right? Is her weight good? What's her age like? Is she falling asleep independently at bedtime? These are all questions you should be asking yourself if you have a child waking up repeatedly in the night looking for food. So that's normal, okay? Now let's talk about working on the Sleep Sense program. There is a realm of normal in that, right? Some people it's going to take a couple of nights. Other people's children it's going to take a week. For some babies it even takes a little longer. It has a lot to do with where they're coming from in the first place. If you've got a 2-year-old, for example, who every night of her life has run the show around sleep, she's the boss, right? It's going to take more than a few nights to correct that. It's definitely going to take some time to reestablish the power balance and teach her about the routine and the boundaries, and all that kind of stuff is going to take time, right? If you're dealing with an 8-month-old who, just has a little bit of a prop dependency on that bottle, well, maybe it's not going to take as much time. So you really have to be fair with yourself and with your baby, right? That making change is often hard for people. It doesn't matter what kind of change we're talking about here, even change for the better is often really hard work for people. So remember that this is a skill set, that your baby's learning something, and that takes time. Some babies learn it quickly, others take a little more time. And I always say to people, It's all within the realm of normal. And if you feel like it's pushing out of that realm of normal, that maybe there is something you need to tweak or change, because that can be the case, I would encourage you to reach out. You can always email me, dana@sleepsense.net, and ask for some additional help. We have lots of ways in which we can support you and get your questions answered if you feel like this is getting out of that realm of normal. So there it is, people. Thanks so much for watching today. Sleep well.